and handsome gents, today is Christmas Day! Oh boy! I hope you're having a wonderful time. Now my video usually comes out at 6 a.m. on Thursday, so I hope to be there, right there, if you just need a little quick thing to wake up to get going for Christmas morning. I have some Christmas morning treats. This is sugar-free, gluten-free, low-carb chocolate cookie, like a cake cookie that my husband and I made, and some Christmas morning coffee. Look at this pretty little print on this. It's like a Currier Ives style. Here we go. We're gonna try this cookie. You know, it's like it's like a breakfast muffin, right? A frosted breakfast muffin. There you go. Here we go. Woo! Come on, Christmas Day! Woo! Oh yeah! Today on Christmas Day, I want to share with you a wonderful gift that I actually received from a fantastic YouTuber, the nicest person, so supportive and sweet, with a fantastic collection. It's unfortunate for us all that she doesn't post that often, so you should go and tell her how you feel. She should post more often, because every time she shows up with it's like a completely different collection of fantastic stuff. And I really enjoy her videos. Anyway, she's so sweet. She sent me this box, and I am so excited to share it with you today because it is so full of amazing stuff. And I am going to get started on that in just one second. My little reindeer earrings. These are from Avon. I don't feel like I'm ever trying to push Avon on you. I like Avon. Just think these are so cute. This is vintage. It says made in West Germany on it. It belonged to my mom. It is from an era probably, I don't know, probably the 50s. And this dress I'm wearing is also vintage. But this did not belong to my mom. This came from Simpson's Sears, a department store here in Canada. I'm not talking about recent Sears closures. I'm talking about way back when, and I should probably look it up and tell you, because then we'll know what era this dress is at the latest, you know. So I thought it's Christmas morning, right? It's Christmas morning. I'm just gonna dress and just be kind of festive. It doesn't necessarily have to match, but you know, I thought you guys would kind of think the nostalgia was cool. Oh, and this pretty bracelet is also an Avon item. Really stunning. I'm stunned with Avon's jewelry. I really am. So I know I am taking my time, but I want to enjoy the Christmas morning with you guys. Tell me how you're doing. Down below, tell me what the drink of the morning is, or the afternoon, whenever you see this. And also tell me what's your SOTD. Yeah, tell me your SOTD, please. And remember, it is lovely ladies and handsome gents, so please feel free to participate. You know I mostly talk about women's fragrance, but a lot of fragrances, I mean, some of the first fragrances were, were gender neutral. So it's not a new thing to be a man that likes women's fragrance, you know. So anyways, but sometimes I do talk about men's fragrance. Anyways, you're welcome no matter what fragrance you like. So these gifts that Eau de Michele sent me, man, they thrilled and delighted me, and one made me cry. Well, actually two made me cry, because it was so, she really knows how to tug at my heartstrings by sending me really, really great stuff that is like, to me, just, oh, my husband is there. He's my witness to see exactly what happens, and he knows the emotion that I went through with this. And, you know, I just it was so fun. So I'm excited to share it with you, so I'm not going to waste any more time. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to start first with the first thing that I saw. I think it was the first thing. And it absolutely blew my mind because I've been waiting, trying to get a hold of this fragrance to see if it smells like Original Fracas by Robert Piguet, which is one of my favorite fragrances of all time. And on Fragrantica, I believe most people said that it smells like Fracas more than anything else, and I really wanted to know. I wanted to know. It's very hard to find now, and if you can find it, it is expensive. And I was so excited. I was shocked and amazed and just you know. So here, I'll just tell you what she said. I normally would not send a used rollerball. It's okay, Michelle, thank you. But I sent it as reference so you could compare it with Fracas. This is Madonna's Truth or Dare. Woo! Oh man, I just was so thrilled. So I will tell you, I do own Fracas. And at first, this does smell a lot like Fracas. A lot like Fracas. But it is definitely not a dupe for Fracas because the dry down, the base notes, and actually right from the start, if you hold them side by side, because I do have Fracas, you'll notice right away there's a bit of a sweet bubblegum thing to it, where Fracas is all green. And tuberose, white flowers, and green. But what it amazes me with is Fracas was supposedly Madonna's mother's fragrance, and I can completely see how this really is a fantastic tribute to her mother, but her, Madonna, because it's got this sweet, friendly bubblegum type of dry down. It dries down to something completely different. It's very complex. It dries down to like this sweet vanilla and like something yummy, very, very gourmand, but not at the start. It's not as gourmand, but as it wears, the dry down really is very different. And Fracas is, I find it to be quite linear. It's what you spray in the beginning is pretty much what you get after wearing it forever. When you pick up, you know, it still will smell the same on your skin. It doesn't really change. That's been my experience. But this, I'm not saying it's superior. I love Fracas. I don't love this as much as Fracas. But my gosh, this is an incredible creation, because I can totally see Madonna in it. It is Madonna's mother's influence in the top note. But then you go on this other journey and it's Madonna, you know, the playful pop, her personality, just this really outrageous personality, but very feminine, you know, like bubblegum, like, you know, vanilla, all those things. And I'm so impressed with this, and I'm more so, thank you so much, Michelle, for sharing this, for giving this to me, because I really, really was dying to know and researching, and now I know. Shit. Oh no. And now I know what it is, and it's not a dupe for Fracas. It's really not, but at first it is kind of, but it quickly changes into something really complex and completely different, like a bubblegummy vanilla-y gourmand. So thank you, Michelle. Truth or Dare from Madonna. Next up, she sent me one of these wonderful guys. You probably know these, the little scent pods, or I don't even know what they call them, but But this is Juliette Has a Gun Pear ink. I actually have tried this before, and it is like, oh my gosh, yes, yes. It is so... It is the freshness of pear. It is effervescent. It is uplifting. It is happy. It's fruit. It's so fruity. But, my gosh, I just can't imagine, unless you really don't like fruit and freshness, I can't imagine anyone not wanting to wear this. This is so amazing. Thank you, Michelle. Okay, stay till the end for the one that made me cry. It truly is special, and it's a vintage item she bought for me. Wasn't that sweet? I mean, I'm telling you, she's so sweet. Okay, I was so excited to get this because this is a Beyonce fragrance, and I don't own any Beyonce fragrances, and I don't even think I've ever had an opportunity to try any Beyonce fragrances, but of course I'm a Beyonce fan. I mean, she is incredible. Beyonce Rise! So this is spicy, sweet, sensual, and it reminds me of something I used to sell back in the day, but I'm not completely sure. Is it? I think it is. Okay. I used to sell behind the counter a fragrance called K de Krizia by Krizia. And it was spicy like this. It was, I don't know why some of these fragrances didn't stay around, because they were fantastic. I guess it's marketing, you know, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, this is really exciting. Just a nice spicy fragrance, you know. Like I said, it kind of reminds me a bit of K de Krizia. I know you guys don't really know what that smells like, but it's a spicy, like, it seems like it got something citrusy in there too. So Beyonce Rise, thank you, Michelle. Cheers. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, or happy day off. You're welcome to join in whatever you do or don't celebrate. I do celebrate Christmas, so Merry Christmas. Cheers. You know, I have a story about my Currier Ives type of little set there. I have an entire dish set of that. I got it from the lady I worked for in my first job I ever had. I worked in a doll museum, and the lady who ran it, she was into buy and sell, you know, because she ran a doll museum. So, and also other antiques. And she had this thing where she was supposed to buy blue willow china, I believe it was, blue willow china from someone who was bringing it in. And she's like, you know, are you sure that's it? Are you sure? Back in the day, this was in the 80s. Things were harder to confirm and get information, but the lady I worked for, the owner of the doll museum, she was really, really excited to get it, right? And I don't know exactly what happened, but the transaction worked out that the dishes that came were not blue willow, but she'd already paid for them, and I don't know how it worked, but you know, she didn't get taken advantage of very often, I'll tell you that. She was a pretty shrewd lady, but she very kindly gave me the entire set, and it's an entire set, and I'm using it now. It was in my storage unit for a long time. I got it back a few years ago, and it's so fun to have now because I love the look on it. It looks like Currier Ives, you know, and I mean, blue willow china, if you're familiar, if you like antiques at all, it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous, but I'm so happy with this because I use it all the time. Even at the holidays, but especially at the holidays, it's cute. And I wanted to share that story with you because you know how I can just go on and on. Hey, but it is Christmas. Merry Christmas. Okay, moving on. Here we go. Cashmere Mist from Donna Karan. Yes. Ooh. This is so unique. The only thing I know that smells similar to this, I would say, is somewhat. This is more floral, sweeter, but it's similar to Swiss Army Victorinox First Snow, because it does have, It's got a fresh effervescence when you first spray it, but then it dries down to a heavier vanilla. And I don't own any Donna Karan fragrances, and I've been thinking about, you know, because kind of my goal is to get one fragrance from every company that I'm interested in. You know, that's a tall order. I don't expect to fulfill it, you know, soon. I'm very, very budget conscious with my shopping of fragrances. I really try to be careful. You know, I try really hard not to overspend. You know, it's my reality. My husband and I, we work project to project because the way we work, it's different projects. And sometimes you'll get a project that pays well. Sometimes you get a bunch of projects that don't. So, you know, you have to be really careful with your money. So I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you and say I can afford to buy every fragrance I want, and also not charging it, you know, not charging those things. It's important, you know, I mean, it's the way I am now. And, you know, even with that, I do feel like, oh, I overspend a little bit, but I don't too much, because our life kind of depends on having enough money to get by if suddenly we don't get enough gigs. You know, that's just the way it is. But anywho, moving back on to Donna Karan was definitely on my list, and I'm thrilled to have Cashmere Mist from Donna Karan from Eau de Michele. That's gorgeous. This is so unique. Michelle sent me the information. She went and she made me a copy of Une Rose à Paradis from RB. From Dorsey. It's for women and men. So she sent me all the information about it here, which is super cool because I've never heard of Dorsey. I haven't, by the way, had a chance to research these fragrances too much yet. I was thinking that in future videos I'll be able to give more information. But I was so excited to tell you guys about the Madonna Truth or Dare that I had to go down that segue, because to me it was so thrilling to find out. This Une Rose à Paradis. I don't speak French. You knew that. You knew. Okay. Oh, this is so good. Yes. 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 That was weird. Like, I don't normally say that. Yeah, yes. I don't know. It doesn't work when I do it. Oh my gosh, this is so good. It does remind me a little bit of Bath and Body. No. The Body Shop has a newer fragrance, one of their newer lines. Well, it's actually like from last year, but it's called their Full Flowers line, and I think it's called Full Rose. I'll have to check that out. But it's very similar to this, but this is a gorgeous, fresh, realistic bouquet of flowers. And it's got a little bit of that indole, you know, at the end of the bloom. You know, you have a bouquet of roses, and the bouquet of roses, some of the flowers stay, and some of them are still, the leaves are starting to wilt, and you're getting both. Still getting the freshness of the roses, but you're getting that little bit of that stinky indole from the decay. And I mean, it's gorgeous because it makes it smell real. Yes. So, Dorsey, Une Rose à Paradis. This almost made me cry too, but it's not the one that made me cry. I was so excited to get this. Because, you know, on the subject of saving money, this is a company, this is a line that I am curious about, but it's not one I would necessarily choose to spend the buckses that they want for their stuff. Not that it's not worth it, not that I don't think that they should ask it. I do. I think people should ask whatever they want for their fragrance because it's an art form. I think people should pay whatever they want for the fragrances because that's keeping the art form alive. But I mean, my interest is a lot in stuff I used to sell back in the 80s and 90s when I worked in that industry. I like, oh my gosh, I can get that now. Anyways, I'm digressing again. a Kayali discovery set. Oh my gosh. This has allowed, she said also too, this one, she bought this one, I think pre-owned, and it already was missing this guy. Oh my gosh, this gave me a chance to really spend some close study time with some of these fragrances that you guys have hipped me to. And I got to try some of these and really get to understand what the Kayali line is about and kind of get an idea of, I mean, not that this is a judge of all their fragrances, but you know, when I go into Sephora, I only have so much nose space, and I know you know too, only so much nose space to experience, you know, only a certain amount of things. So Kayali gets overlooked. And it's not an old school designer name or a designer name. And I don't know, I like designers. It's not all I like. I like everything. But I don't know. Kayali, you know, I'm more likely to choose a Versace or a, you know, even a Tom Ford. Maybe I'll get a Tom Ford. Maybe. And maybe you'll be there on that day. Anyways, this Kayali discovery set, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. I'll tell you really quickly. I had a chance to try the Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, and I totally get it. I totally get why you guys love it. It is so unique and complex, and I can tell the difference between that kind of perfumery and old school perfumery, you know, from back in the day. It's definitely a different kind of thing with these Kayali fragrances. They're all complex, they're all interesting, they're all wonderful. And I was just thrilled to be able to get this. And I'll be talking about these a lot more in the future. I guess I should move along with this video because there's more stuff. Okay, I was around behind the counter. You know, I'm always like, I'm behind the counter. But I feel like that's the only thing of value I really have to offer you guys, because is my memory of how things used to be. Because that can't be bought. Hey, I can't do that. But I don't know what these people like TammyRoxanne and, you know, a lot of these, Danielle over at, oh, I can't. Anyways, these people are so knowledgeable about perfumery now. I just have a memory of how things used to be, and for me that's interesting and fun to talk about. But I love to experience the new. And what am I getting to, you ask? Hey, Merry Christmas! We're chilling today. Cool Water for Men came out when I was working in fragrances, and I don't remember if it was when I was working in men's fragrances, but it was there when it was there by the time I worked in men's fragrances, which was almost at the end of my experience working in that industry. And it was really unique when it came out. There really wasn't much else there was nothing else that had that particular kind of aquatic vibe to it. And I guess it did well. I always liked it. It wasn't my favorite men's fragrance, but I could definitely see how a lot of people would like it. From the same area, there was a fragrance called New West from, I think, Aramis. And that was a fantastic men's fragrance. It also had that fresh style that Cool Water had. Anyways, my point is, I knew Cool Water for Men really well, but I've never known Cool Water for Women. I still have never tried Cool Water for Women. I would love to, but Michelle sent me Davidoff Cool Water Sea Rose. Davidoff Cool Water Sea Rose. I love this. I love it. It's so fresh. It's like, it's lemony. It's not really all that aquatic. It's like a florally lemony. Well, fruity floral, but lemony, I would say. Lemony floral. And this is the kind of thing that I would have loved to carry in my purse back in the day when I was running around a lot, because this is so fresh. This actually reminds me of something I used to wear, and I can't remember what I can't think of it. I can't remember. Anyways, Davidoff Cool Water Sea Rose. Thank you so much, Michelle. So excited. And we've come to the end of this wonderful journey, except for the one thing that made me cry. Well, actually, like I said, I think a couple things made me cry, possibly 3. But this one really made me cry. This was like I was all in by this time, and I bawled. I just think this was so thoughtful. Are you having a Christmas treat this Christmas morning? Get yourself a Christmas treat. Why not? It's Christmas Day. Tomorrow's different. Yes, it's time. And we come to the very last thing, the thing that made me cry. Michelle knows I like Avon. She also likes Avon. Since I've been interested in it, I've kind of really gone down this long, vast rabbit hole of Avon fragrances, and their history is gigantic. And I'm sure that you are familiar with some of their bottles, probably, if you've lived anywhere in the world in your lifetime. You've probably experienced Avon, but Michelle, okay, here it says, "Dear Beau, I purchased this for you. I have one similar and thought you would appreciate this one. Enjoy, Michelle." It is this beautiful California perfume. 1976 anniversary keepsake. It was a 90-year anniversary type of keepsake from Avon. Get this really neat embossed in the back. And the fragrance inside is called Moonwind. And you know what? It sounded so familiar, right? And so I opened this and I smelled it, and I believe my mom had this in it was like a white ceramic grape type of thing with a top kind of like this on it. It was like a little grape sculpture type of thing that had fragrance in it. I think it was this. And it was just, it's so thrilling. It is so amazing to receive such a nice gift. Thank you so much, Michelle. It was really, really thoughtful of you. Don't you think? Don't you think that was thoughtful, you guys? I know you do. And this box is cool. Isn't it beautiful? Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, what do you guys think of my little Christmas tree back there? I love that little collectible. Isn't it cute? I'm so excited to get to show it to people. Do you like miniatures? I've seen this lady on YouTube. I think it's called Vintage Dollhouse, and she actually has a little dollhouse in her house that's everything like her house. It's amazing. Vintage Dollhouse. It's really pretty cool. But anyways, I haven't indulged myself in the miniature thing yet. But I just love having this to pull out every Christmas. So I hope you have a wonderful Christmas day, or a fun day off, or whatever you're celebrating. I hope you have a great one. And thanks so much for spending some of your Christmas day with me. See you next time. Bye. I should see you on New Year's Day.